You know, for years, we've heard that coffee is good for us, right? It wakes you up, it helps you focus, maybe it even protects your heart. But what if I told you that for those of us over 60, it's not quite that simple? The truth is actually a lot more complex, and frankly, some of it is pretty concerning. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Seniors Daily Life. Today, we're diving deep into some new research that's, frankly, pretty eye-opening. It turns out that some of the most popular coffees out there, yeah, even some that are marketed as healthy, could be silently causing harm day after day. We're going to get to the bottom of what really makes a coffee good or bad for your health as you get older. So that really is the big question, isn't it? Is that daily cup of coffee you look forward to every morning a friend, or is it a foe? You probably think you know the answer, but the science is showing us that how you prepare your coffee and what you put in it can completely flip the script, turning a healthy ritual into a hidden danger. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about the hidden dangers, and I'll walk you through the 4 absolute worst coffees you should probably avoid. But don't worry, we're not just going to leave you there. Then we'll pivot to the good stuff, coffee's protective powers, the 4 best coffees to drink, and exactly how you can upgrade your morning cup for the biggest health benefits. Now, let's get one thing straight. This is not about demonizing coffee. Coffee beans themselves can be fantastic. The real issue, and this is so important, is how we prepare it and what we add to it. Those little choices can fundamentally change coffee's effect on our bodies, and that's especially true as we age and our systems become a bit more sensitive. And just look at these numbers from some recent studies. They are startling. Imagine a single type of coffee raising your artery-clogging cholesterol by that much in just a month. Or another one increasing your stroke risk by a whopping 72%. And here's the kicker. Many of these are on the grocery store shelves right now, sometimes even with labels that make you think they're good for you. All right, let's pull back the curtain and get specific. We're going to count down the 4 coffees that pose the biggest risks, especially for seniors. Think of this as us uncovering the truth behind some really popular choices that just might not be as innocent as they look. So coming in at number 4 are those super convenient flavored instant coffee mixes. You know the ones, they promise a vanilla latte or a caramel macchiato in seconds, and they often say no sugar. But that convenience is really a Trojan horse for a whole cocktail of chemical additives that can be especially harsh on an older body. Let's peek at the ingredients list, shall we? First up, propylene glycol. It's a petroleum byproduct used to make those artificial flavors dissolve. The problem is, as our kidney function naturally slows down with age, this stuff can build up to toxic levels. Then you've got hydrogenated palm oil, which is just a sneaky way of saying trans fat. It quietly raises your bad LDL cholesterol. And those artificial sweeteners, they can wreak havoc on your gut health, messing with everything from inflammation to your immune system. And the danger to your metabolism is very real. A 2022 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who drink these mixes every single day had a 39% higher risk of developing insulin resistance. And that, my friends, is a major step on the highway to type 2 diabetes. All from a seemingly innocent little coffee packet. Okay, next up at number 3, coffee with artificial non-dairy creamers. I know so many people who've switched to these, thinking they're making a healthier, lactose-free choice. But the reality is, most of these are just a chemical concoction of synthetic oils, preservatives, and thickeners that our bodies were simply never designed to handle on a daily basis. So what's really in there? Well, for starters, titanium dioxide. It's a whitening agent that's also used in paint. It's been linked to oxidative stress, which literally accelerates the aging process. Then you have those hydrogenated oils, which are packed with inflammatory omega-6 fats. These can contribute to things like stiff joints and even cognitive decline. And to top it all off, corn syrup solids, which cause a massive insulin spike, followed by that awful crash, leaving you in a cycle of fatigue and brain fog. Now, this next one might really surprise you. Coming in at number 2 is decaf coffee. Wait, hear me out. Not all decaf is bad. The problem is how a lot of it is made. Many of the most common big-name brands use a chemical solvent process to strip out the caffeine, and that chemical can leave behind a pretty nasty toxic residue. And that solvent's name? Methylene chloride. It's a compound that's also used in paint strippers. The risk is so serious that the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, classifies it as a probable human carcinogen. Now, the companies say it all evaporates, but researchers have found trace amounts in popular brands. And this chemical can cross the blood-brain barrier, which can disrupt energy production in your brain cells, potentially leading to confusion, dizziness, and even memory lapses. And now for the #1 worst coffee for seniors, especially when it comes to your heart health. It is unfiltered boiled coffee. This includes really popular brewing methods like the French press, Turkish coffee, or that Scandinavian-style boiled coffee. The danger here isn't a chemical or an additive. It's the lack of one simple thing, a paper filter. This chart right here really tells the story. See, unfiltered coffee contains really high levels of a compound called cafestol, which is found in the coffee's natural oils. A paper filter traps almost all of it, but without a filter, it goes straight into your cup and then into your body. Cafestol is proven to dramatically raise your LDL, the bad cholesterol. In fact, studies show that adults over 60 who drink unfiltered coffee regularly face a 30% higher risk of death from cardiovascular disease. That is a massive risk from something as simple as how you brew your coffee. Okay. Phew, enough of the doom and gloom. Now that we know what to watch out for, let's flip the script. Because coffee, when it's made the right way, can be an incredible tool for protecting your memory, for boosting your muscle strength, and for lowering your risk of disease. It's really all about making a few smart, simple swaps. So let's build a better cup of coffee together. We're going to explore the 4 absolute best coffees for seniors. And these aren't just safe choices, they're proactive choices, the kind that can actually enhance your wellness, protect your brain, and support your body for the long haul. Starting our best list at #4 is something simple but incredibly powerful: organic medium roast Arabica coffee. The magic word here is medium roast. Why? Because it preserves the highest amount of something called chlorogenic acid. That's a potent antioxidant that fights inflammation and helps your body manage glucose better. In fact, studies show it can lower the risk of type 2 diabetes by an incredible 27% in people who drink it regularly. Coming in at #3, we have cold brew. And let me tell you, this stuff is liquid gold for anyone with a sensitive stomach or issues with acid reflux. That long, 24-hour cold steeping process reduces the acid content by up to 70% compared to regular hot brewing. This means you get all the energy and antioxidants without that uncomfortable stomach irritation. Plus, as you can see here, it's so incredibly easy to make right at home. All right, our #2 choice is a fantastic upgrade for your daily cup: coffee with added collagen peptides. You see, as we get older, our body's natural production of collagen just plummets. This leads to things like stiff joints and weaker bones. But by stirring a scoop of tasteless, easily dissolvable collagen into your morning coffee, you give your body the essential building blocks it needs to repair cartilage and support bone density. Some studies have shown this simple habit can improve joint mobility by 40% in seniors. That's a huge deal.
And here it is, the #1 best coffee for seniors. A cup that's been boosted with MCT oil and Ceylon cinnamon. This is the ultimate brain and body power-up. MCT oil is a special type of fat that your body can quickly turn into something called ketones. Think of ketones as superfuel for your brain cells. It can help improve memory and cognitive function. Then you pair that with Ceylon cinnamon, also called true cinnamon, which helps control blood sugar and reduces inflammation. Together, they create this powerful, synergistic elixir that supports both your mental clarity and your metabolic health.
So here's the bottom line. You absolutely do not have to give up your beloved coffee ritual. Not at all. By making just a few small, informed changes, you can transform your daily cup from a potential health risk into one of your most powerful allies for staying healthy, sharp, and strong for years to come. So let's do a quick recap with this simple cheat sheet. On the left, we've got the coffees you might want to rethink. Those flavored instant mixes, coffee with artificial creamers, the chemically processed decaf, and unfiltered brews like French press. And on the right, your new go-to list: a simple organic medium roast, the gut-friendly cold brew, the joint-supporting coffee with collagen, and that brain-boosting blend with MCT oil and cinnamon. We have covered a whole lot of ground today, from some pretty serious hidden dangers to some really powerful, simple upgrades. The power is now in your hands. So looking at everything we've talked about, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What small change will you make to your coffee routine tomorrow to invest in your long-term health?